In the desert, a sudden burst of milk appeared, and a curious man decided to follow the stream to investigate. To his surprise, he discovered a basin that was continuously producing an endless supply of milk. The already perplexed man became even more confused, knowing that a cow typically produces only 500 milliliters of milk per day. How could there be such a vast quantity of milk? Intrigued, he tried to pour the milk out of the basin, only to find that it was impossible to empty. Looking at the full bucket and the never-ending milk supply, the baffled man grew increasingly perplexed. However, what he witnessed next terrified him. When he turned the basin upside down, the milk inside vanished. To verify his suspicion, he scooped another basin full of milk and attempted to pour it out, but once again, it proved inexhaustible. With the sight of the overflowing buckets before him, the man suddenly had a bold idea. Within a few days, he had become one of the wealthiest individuals in the area, all thanks to this magical basin. However, his newfound wealth also attracted the attention of some unscrupulous characters. During a heavy rainstorm, two thieves sneaked in and stole the basin. As they were making their escape, one of them tripped over his own feet, and the basin was swept away by the river's current. Downstream, a beautiful woman who was fishing stumbled upon the basin and soon discovered its secret. Lost in her joy, she was caught off guard when the local police apprehended her. It turned out that the banknotes replicated by the basin all had the same serial number. The woman was wrongfully imprisoned. In prison, she endured daily mistreatment until two senior inmates stood up for her. They not only successfully protected her but also accepted her as one of their own. The woman, letting her guard down, revealed her secret about the magical basin. However, she failed to notice the greedy glint in their eyes. It turned out that the woman, knowing she would end up in prison, had buried the basin in her backyard, right beneath the cow pen. As the two inmates neared their release date, she hoped that once they had started living a better life, they would bail her out. Upon their release, the first thing the two inmates sought to do was to find the treasure basin. However, the woman's house had long been taken over by the local tyrant, the very person they had clashed with, leading to their imprisonment. They devised an ingenious plan. Disguising themselves as veterinarians, they pretended to treat the cows, hoping to seize the opportunity to dig up the basin. But just as they had barely walked 2.5 meters into the yard, the tyrant returned home. The pair tried to bluff their way out by feigning crooked mouths and slanted eyes, but the tyrant saw through their act instantly. A scuffle ensued, but thankfully, the woman's skills allowed them to escape successfully. Determined to secure a better future, the two inmates knew they had to get their hands on the basin. After engaging in a battle of wits and courage against the tyrant, they finally succeeded in obtaining the coveted treasure. And with that, the film drew to a close.